Hello everyone and welcome to this assembly. It's the 1st of March today, which is St David's Day. So happy St David's Day, and I hope that you can learn a little bit about St David in the first part of this assembly. Our assembly today is about what makes a good friend. And I think that through everything that we've all been through this last year, probably we've realised what our friends and family mean to us more than ever, because we've had so much time apart from the people who make us happy. So I hope that we can just reflect today on what makes a good friend, and to think about that as we go through this assembly. So first of all, a little bit about this special day. It is a saint's day today, as I mentioned. It's St David's Day, and there he is in all his glory. David is the patron saint of Wales, and we celebrate him and remember him on the 1st of March each year. He was known and renowned across Wales as a great teacher and a preacher. So he was sort of a very learned man, very intelligent man, who spoke and kind of gathered great crowds when he spoke as well. He is associated with leeks and daffodils, and those are both now synonymous with Wales. They are symbols that we use to represent Wales. And you might see daffodils sort of cropping up around the city at this time of year. It's a beautiful sight. The most famous miracle, so I hope you know already that saints always have miracles attached to them and their life. And his most famous miracle was the formation of a small hill, which apparently rose up beneath him when he was preaching to a crowd at the Synod of Brathy. And he sort of rose up above the crowd and could see across the crowd of people who were gathered. And as he did that, as he rose up on this hill, a dove landed on his shoulder. And that's where you can see on the picture there, he's always depicted on a hill with a dove on his shoulder. Okay, on to our main topic then today. So we're looking at friends and what makes a good friend. Something to think about today is the following. What makes a good friend? How does a good friend make you feel? And how can you be a good friend? So my year 10s might be laughing at this point because I can't stop talking about Frankenstein. It's one of my favourite novels. And there's a quote here from Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein. She says, "The companions of our childhood always possess a certain power over our minds, which hardly any later friend can obtain." So I've referenced this because on Thursday, it's World Book Day on the 4th of March. And so I want to celebrate books a little bit through this assembly, as well as talking about friendship. So in this quote from Frankenstein, Mary Shelley is saying that there's something powerful, particularly powerful, about the friends that we have when we are young. And it's something about, I suppose, that shared experience of growing up together. Another famous book, Charlotte's Web, and a lovely line in Charlotte's Web is when Charlotte says, "You have been my friend," replied Charlotte. "That in itself is a tremendous thing." So this idea that actually something quite simple, such as being a friend to somebody, can be really a very important thing. It can be a tremendous thing, as Charlotte says. And our final book, just to reference this morning, is Our Mutual Friend, nice title, from Charles Dickens. And the secretary in this book says, "No one is useless in this world," retorted the secretary, "who lightens the burden of it for anyone else." And I like this quote because it suggests that just being a friend to somebody actually makes you and your life worthwhile. It makes it something that you are contributing to this world simply to be a friend for somebody else. And in particular in this quote, to actually lighten the burden for other people. So to take something from them or to give them support. So what an incredible gift to actually be a friend for somebody. Okay, so what makes a good friend? Well, we probably have a feeling and a sense of what makes a good friend, but there are lots and lots and lots of parts to being a good friend. Let's consider some of them. So we might know that we want to support people and to give them a bit of a lift or a bit of encouragement perhaps when they are having a difficult time. To be selfless, so that when you are dealing with something, you're putting your friend first. To have a good friend is somebody who is inspiring for you, who makes you think, oh, that's a good life, or that's a good way of thinking. I want to be like them. A good friend is enthusiastic, so that when you're facing something and you're excited about something, they're going to be excited about that too. I think probably a lot of us would prize this particular sort of asset of a friend really, really highly, that we want them to be trustworthy. We want to have a friend who we know we can rely on. And that's similar, isn't it? The idea that if we need them, they are going to be there, so they are dependable. A good friend will respect you. They will not treat you badly. They will see that you have worth and value, and they will respect you. A really good friend is probably uncomplicated. Now, that doesn't mean that their life is uncomplicated. Everybody's lives are incredibly complicated. But in terms of their relationship with you, it's not going to be something that is hard work and always kind of chopping and changing. A good friend is going to be somebody that you just know how it's going to be with them, and it's pretty straightforward. We do come across problems as friends. We might make friends with somebody and you might do something wrong and upset them. And we want a good friend to be very forgiving of us when that happens. We want them to be loyal. A good friend is going to stay with you even when times are tough. And if you are perhaps not at your greatest, they're going to see past that. A good friend is able to be honest, and sometimes a good friend can be honest when nobody else can be, and they can really tell it to you straight. And sometimes that's really important. People talk about having a critical friend, that it's healthy to have somebody who can just challenge you slightly and maybe ask you to question your choices or your decisions so that you make better decisions and better choices. Okay, so if you've got a good friend, how does that feel? What does it feel like to have a good friend by your side? Perhaps having a good friend means that you feel loved, respected, understood, happy, more hopeful, reassured, excited, joyful, supported, ambitious, and like you are not alone in this world. That one for me, I think, really resonates, because it's nice to find a friend and think, oh, I thought I was the only one who felt that way. You think that way too. That's made me feel less alone. Or, oh gosh, I didn't know that somebody else could feel like that about this thing. We're both geeky, or we both laugh at the same things. That's nice. Something on those lists there that I think is quite interesting is the idea that a friend might make you feel ambitious. They might make you feel that you can do anything and that you can push yourself to try something new. And I think that's a really good gift that a friend can give you. So, one thing to think about is how you can become a good friend or be an even better friend than you are at the moment. So, here are some ideas. Try to make sure that you listen to your friends when they have problems. Don't try to fix them, just be there for them. People will often say that a problem shared is a problem halved. So just listening can be a really, really good gift that you can give your friends. Be honest and trustworthy. Be there for them. If you've said you're going to do something, do it. And if they ask you, be honest with them. Find out a bit more about their life. So if they've got something that they're interested in, find out more about it, ask them questions and spend time with them. That's hard at the moment, isn't it? But as much as you can, try to spend time with your friends. Respect who they are and celebrate their achievements. Your friends will change over the years that you're friends together, and a good way to keep a friendship long lasting is to respect those changes and respect who they are, respect how they've developed as people, and celebrate things that go well for them. It's not good to be jealous. If you've got a good friend, you want to celebrate who they are and when they have achieved something. And then tell them what they mean to you. So this is something I'd like us to have as a challenge today. I'd like you to try today to tell at least one of your friends just how much you value them. Get in touch with them and explain what their friendship means to you. And it's even nicer if you can actually be specific. You could say, do you know what? I was really struggling when the lockdown happened again. And, when you reached out to me and you texted me that message, that really meant a lot, really helped me. Or, do you know what? I never used to like that band or that TV show. And it really helped me when you shared that with me, because now I've got that new interest. Thank you for being a friend. There might be more serious things that your friends have helped you through, and they might know that they've helped you and they might know that you value them, but it never hurts to tell someone. It can always lift somebody else to know that they mean a lot to you. Okay, so that's your challenge today. See if you can reach out to somebody and tell them how much their friendship means to you.